You know that this book is compulsory reading for the military in this country. Now, with this knowledge in our minds, and we're thinking about the year 1798, the period leading up to it, and the period following. Now, does the devil know the Bible? Yes or no? Okay. If Wesley could figure out that the first beast of Revelation 13 was the papacy, if Martin Luther could figure that out, if Melanchthon could figure that out, if Cranmer could figure that out, if Ridley could figure that out, then surely the devil had it figured out long before them, right? And if Wesley could figure out that the second beast of Revelation chapter 13 was about to appear because it was the end of the 1260-day period, then surely the devil knows that too. Because he knows God's plan, and his plan is to subvert. So if he knows this is going to happen, is he going to try to be in the field first? Yes or no? Because he wins, who is there? First. Now the Bible tells us that the second beast will deceive the whole world by making fire come down from heaven, deceiving all the people. And this fire cannot be literal fire, because literal fire is anything but deception. It just kills people. Deception must be something else. So this is a form of religion that will emanate eventually out of this chaos, which will enable the first beast to make the second beast do its bidding. So in other words, it must be able to pull the strings in order to do that. So the first thing you do is, what's the problem with the upcoming nation? Well, it's a Protestant nation. It's a Protestant nation. And the upcoming nation is subject to the King of England and the British Parliament, which had banned the Jesuits and Catholicism out of the realm under pain of death. So we have to avoid that. We have to avoid a nation adopting a constitution as the British have, because that would ban Catholicism and expose it for what it is. So we need something else. We need a constitutional system which will guarantee that the Jesuits can never be thrown out. Constitution which lays no claim on religious convictions. That must include them. So that's the first point. Okay? Then what do you do with the Protestants? Well, you divide them up. You infiltrate them. And you create hundreds and eventually thousands and then tens of thousands of denominations. And you pull the strings between all of them. And you make them argue with each other. And you feed them your theology in various forms, so that there are so many theologies you don't know who's who in the zoo. And then eventually you get them all so riled up about the situation which you created in the first place that they will want to legislate their morality, but the morality must be the morality of the first beast. Does this sound logical? Okay. But the Protestants are weary. The Protestants have a problem. The Protestants know that the Jesuits were there to counter the Reformation. And it's written in all the writings of the Reformers. And all the theologians of the Lutheran Church were exposing the Jesuits as the greatest danger to biblical theology. And the Queen of England had told them, if I ever see you in this country, you're dead. You're not allowed to put your foot in this country. You're bad. And the Jesuit plot to blow up the Parliament had been exposed, and the 6 Jesuits associated with Guy Fawkes were all hung. They were all executed. So how do you get rid of this mindset that the Jesuits are a problem? What's the best thing to do? Disappear. No longer exist. And the same for the Roman Catholic system. if it doesn't exist as a political entity that can command one king to do this and another king to do that at his bidding, well then get rid of it. Get rid of his political power. The Bible says, and one of his heads seemed to have a mortal. It doesn't say one of its heads had a mortal. It says one of the heads seemed to have a mortal. And we know what the date is, 1798, when Napoleon's general marches in and arrests the Pope and takes him away in exile. An aging Pope was already sick, by the way. And the political power of the papacy ends. But that's no use if the Protestants know that the real power behind the throne is the Jesuit general. So you have to get rid of him too. General Ricky, what plans are you going to make the enemy think that you're a pushover and no longer exists? Are you just going to disappear? The Society of Jesus could conquer though believed dead.
And who started the divisions after 1798? The Freemasonic, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, and Mormons.